Hey, Cancer, how's it going? My little crabby patties. Cancer's my little crabby patties. Oh my goodness. Okay, what's up? So we are doing another tarot reading for you for about a week from whenever you watch this. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and potentially if Cancer was in, no, Venus was in Cancer, or if Jupiter was in Cancer when you were born. So, calling in guides, calling in angels, calling in anyone from the highest good for Cancer for the week ahead. What we got? Aw. Emperor in reverse. Page there. So this particular Cancer, whether you're male or female, well, I don't know, because this could be somebody, okay, so this could, we're talking about the Emperor. Okay, that's where we're going to go with this. So this either is Cancer or this is someone that Cancer's around. They're going to do something like an act that would seem un-emperorly wise to alleviate disappointment based on something that I just heard the word claim. Claim. Based on something that they found out with a page of, and I'm sure we'll get more information on how it was found out, but it's like, bam, bam, like 4 or 5. Bam, bam. Like they find out and then they claim. It's almost like there's a fear that if the claim isn't stamped like immediately that somebody else will get it. It's just that the thing that the Emperor wants seems unemperorly. Is emperorly or we're emperorly. Unemperorly. Unemperorly? Dude, not ethical. That's how we're going with that, Cancer. And we're going to find out why. But, so let's go ahead and start with the fairies. So sometimes the fairies, so here's the thing. For those of you who don't know, this is the Brian Froud Fairies Oracle. I research or have done lots of research on shamanism or neo-shamanism, whatever PC term is neo-shamanism. Particularly if you're just going to like willy-nilly start studying it. Because that's not typically how shamans are found, you know. But anyway, why am I talking about that? Oh, this deck. Okay, so in neo-shamanism you have kind of like 4 dimensions, okay? But it's not really. You have the one we're in, this 3D, this. Then you have the lower world, which is literally underneath us. And the way to enter said world would be through roots. There's this awesome, on my blog, if you go there and you want to learn how, like, you want to go find your spirit animal, on my blog, I have it written, how to do it. And you go, like, it's like you basically astral project, but the shamans call it journeying. And you get out of your body and you go up to the tree and you're like, hey tree, like, let's be friends, and can I like use your roots? And they're usually like, okay, but sometimes they say no. And it's just like, and it's an astral projection, and you go down there and there's like a tunnel and crazy shit can happen in the underworld. Like, I've seen dragons down there, but it's all, there's like violence, but it's like cartoony violence. It's not the kind that can like get you. It can, but you're just like, what? For example, okay, so I always bring my spirit guide with me. For those of you who don't know, the main one I ride with, her name is Vi. Well, it's Viana, but I call her Vi. And I just said, I'm like, you need to come with me because I'm just going to go get my spirit animal. Like, I'm going to take charge of this, right? And I go down there. And this, like, thing, is a tree imp. This is all on the blog. Just go read it. This, like, tree imp grabs her and, like, took her all over the place. And she was all, like, extended like a cartoon. Like, if you take a cartoon too fast and, like, it Gumby's out. It was freaking weird. Long story short, my spirit animal is a stag. Good times. Okay, so that's the underworld, right? So for this deck, is what we're talking about. There's underworld type characters, like this guy. Kind of reminds me, the Guacha kind of reminds me of a tree imp a little. This is a very, well, not that guy. So then you have the middle world, which is where the fairies are, like the actual fairies. So you'll have a lot of elementals, you'll have moon people, you'll have trolls and gnomes and your other 3D, but they're not 3D. You'll have the winged creatures, you'll have elves, you'll have your wizards, you'll have your sages, and anything that kind of has a body hanging out in the middle earth, which is what technically where we are in the 3D, but it's in a different dimension, like we can't see it, feel it. Then you have the upper earth, or the upper world, which is where your ascended masters are. So that's where like all of these energies would come from, right? The singers, the energy of love, the energy of healing. And so I rambled on forever, but let's go ahead and pull some additional cards from the fairies to see where we're going to go with this. So, this guy's been out for all the readings that I've done this week so far. Solace has been out, and it kind of means the same thing as the Ace or the Page of Swords. Like it's like a light bulb. From this distance, from the camera right here, it kind of does look like a light bulb. And that's what I'm saying. It feels like when they get that, when it turns on, or when they get the news, or when they figure it out, or hear the thing, they are like, claim. And suddenly what that does, though, is because I think that for some of you, originally it was like this. Okay. So this is how it originally would have looked, where you have this emperor guy who's being all emperor and doing the right thing about whatever we're talking about. He's just being like that guy, but he's like, disappointed. He doesn't like that he's disappointed about it. This is the way it's going to be. I'm disappointed. But here somewhere in the middle world where the fairies are, right? Around enough for it to be in our intuition, there's a knowing of something else that's going on. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, if you really wanted to know what it is, let me tell you. And then it's like, well, you don't say. That's everything I ever needed to hear to make all the changes in my life to make things great. And he's like, I don't care who knows. I don't care who finds out. I'm doing this emperor thing. And I'm just saying he because it's the emperor. If it was the empress, I'd be saying she. But this is for whoever this is for. You know what I'm saying? And then it, like simultaneously, and it might even be that this knowledge, this like finding out something makes this person, that's what takes away the disappointment. For some people, this is going to be like, this guy wanted to date a certain person, maybe at their work, and they thought they were married. So they were like, well, I'm just going to be the emperor, and gee, it would be nice if, I could be with this person, but I get it. I'm not going to be a tool. I'm not going to be a home wrecker. I'm not going to do any of that. But then all of a sudden, people are talking. They're like, oh, did you hear so-and-so got a divorce? And they're like, yoink. Hey, lady, you want to be my lover? Or whatever. And we don't have the other character here yet, but it would seem that that's kind of how that goes down for somebody for Cancer this week. Hey, lady, want to be my lover? Wow, that's a lot of cards. Oh, jeez. So here we have the issue with the Emperor. Okay? When the Emperor comes forward to do the thing that is unemperorly, he's got to stand up to people with big heads with one opinion or one idea of how things should go, because it's almost like because he/she is the emperor, there's a certain way it, like I always make references to Grey's Anatomy. Remember that when freaking Leah Murphy wrote the harassment complaint against Callie, and then everybody after that had to start signing papers that said that they're declaring that they're in a relationship, right? So it was like the relationship became the business of the work. And so in this instance, it's like, I don't think it's like that where they're supposed to report the relationship. I think that it's like, it was the singular idea of this group of people that the emperor is emperor-ing, that you just don't do that. We don't even do relationships here. Like this, I heard this isn't a dating pool. And he looks a little, you know, timid at this to say, because it looks like this soul shrinker could bite his head off. But the thing about the honesty card is that this is pure. This is coming from the heart chakra. This is like, look, this is from the heart. I'm being real. And, you know, I'm not, my lips are sealed. But here's the thing is that they're not, if their like mouth was wide open and they were like shouting, okay, this is just the stink eye. And that's because it's like there's not really anything that they can do about it except for grumble and mumble. The stink eye. That's hilarious. But so I want to put that over here. So that's one thing that needs to happen for the week, is that their emperor is going to end up having to say something to the people he or she is emperor-ing, if that makes any sense. Okay. I kind of just want to keep going with the fairies. I don't know if you guys have been watching my other videos. I really don't like using the Rider Tarot on these because these cards are so earthy and so pretty, and they kind of really vibe with where I vibe, if that makes, like, this is like, if you walk in my house, everything is like these colors. They're earthy. They feel real to me. And then you like pull these cards over top and it ruins it, basically. Sorry. So I'm really distracted during your reading, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. And that might be what this is. Okay. So, wow. Okay, check it out. This is actually really beautiful, Cancer babies. This is the third layer. Okay, layer 1. We have the Emperor getting the news that changes him or her from unhappy to, or from maybe not happy, but at least not being disappointed anymore. And then the Emperor goes and says, admits, this is like an admittance or an acceptance or like a reporting of the truth, and that it doesn't blow up. They just get like the stink eye about it. Okay. And then once that happens, I think because this person might also be expecting like people to freak out. But then like when that doesn't happen, the third layer is that this Emperor, so I'm really reading for the masculine. I mean, this could be other way around, but I'm not sure if I'm reading for the masculine, whether that's Cancer or not, because these are all dudes. The Emperor, the Piper himself. So it's like for the ladies, this is what the dude is going to do. And it's like does the thing. Okay, so, and also I think it's like first he feels bad about it because it's all un-emperorly or whatever, and then he says the things, and then when they don't do anything except for give him the stink eye, flips back around and it like ignites all the things, because it's like not only has he claimed the thing that he wants, now he has the green light, red, yellow, green, he can go. And then it's like, look at him, he's like, all right, baby, let's do this. And then he plays the tune. And I think that it's going to be a little, I think it's going to, what am I saying? For some people I'm reading for, this is definitely male on male because, yeah, look at those dudes, you know. And for the others of you, I'm reading for the masculine energy, and this is the two phases, because it almost looks like the same guy. Like he looks forward, and then he looks to the side to play. Like this is when he gets the green light to go ahead, and then he does it. So however this rolls for you. But this feels... I want to be like... I think maybe that's why I went off on that tangent about the different levels of the shaman or neo-shaman world system, because I think that there might be some like almost out-of-body experiences that are accompanied with this, and I'm not really sure why I'm talking about it other than the fact that the heart chakra is exposed multiple times here, and it's like a leveling up. But I am excited to see what happens with this. So basically what we have so far is that we have the realization, we have the basically getting permission, and then we have, you know, hooking up, basically, like doing it. Like it doesn't have to be doing it, but I mean like doing, like coming to, oh my God. Okay, so you guys will be standing at least next to each other by the end of the week. Oh my God, if you could see my face, I'm blushing. And for the record, the reason you can't see my face is because I decided to paint my room a color called Whimsical, which is essentially this color. And when I am in front of it, it makes me look orange, like an Oompa Loompa. So we have just the cards for now. I'm going to paint the room eventually. Okay, so I'm going to pull more fairies cards to see where we're going with this. Because it looks like we have layers 1, 2, and 3, and layer 3 is like super juicy. So I'm kind of excited about that. So if you want to follow me over to Vimeo, the link for that is in the box below. And I do appreciate you being here, and thank you so much for liking, subscribing, and sharing. And I'll see you next Saturday. All right, have a good one.